अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
तो जरा बाहर लेके जाओ।
अपने लेके आते हैं।
काय बोलते नाही ग नाही ऐकते मी
खिलौने के साथ
Yes, students, let us start now. I think 1918 students are there, so the others will join. Okay, so see, we are doing about the fuel air cycle. Okay, what is the difference between fuel air cycle when we consider fuel as a working medium and fuel and air mixture as a working medium? Okay, so what were the differences, how the efficiency decreases when you consider the fuel air cycle? Okay, so the efficiency is decreasing. Okay, again see, what is the stoichiometric ratio I have told you. Okay, and how does the stoichiometric ratio, we are learning that how does the stoichiometric ratio changes, or the failure ratio composition changes with respect to the stoichiometric ratio, then how the efficiency changes. Okay, so just see this, the stoichiometric ratio I have shown you. What is stoichiometric ratio, or your relative fuel air ratio? Okay, so relative fuel air ratio is actual fuel air ratio upon stoichiometric fuel air ratio. Okay, see here, we are taking the actual fuel air ratio. Okay, now see fuel air ratio here. All of you can focus here. This is fuel air ratio. Okay, what is it? It is fuel air ratio. Okay, so as it is fuel air ratio, it is what? It is the ratio of fuel by air, F by A above in the numerator and F by A in the denominator. So stoichiometric fuel air ratio in the denominator, it is 1 upon 14.7. Okay, 1 upon 14.7. Actual air fuel, stoichiometric air fuel ratio, if we take air upon fuel, that is 14.7 upon 1. Okay, air is 14.7 and fuel is 1 part. Okay, air is 14.7 part and fuel is only 1 part. So if I take fuel by air ratio, that will be 1 upon 14.7. Again, up also, actual fuel air ratio is what we consider. Okay, what we consider. So if actual fuel air ratio, if we take more fuel, okay, if we take more fuel as compared to stoichiometric fuel air ratio, then your relative fuel by air ratio, okay, fuel air ratio will, what will happen? It will increase. It will increase if I take two parts of the fuel as compared to 14.7 part of air. If the ratio of fuel by air is 2 upon 14.7, let's say, then it is fuel is more as compared to this stoichiometric. In stoichiometric, the fuel air ratio, okay, this fuel air ratio is how much? The fuel by air ratio is 1 upon 14.7. Okay, 1 upon 14.7. So one part is fuel and 14.7 parts is air. Okay, and if I take actual fuel air ratio, if I take it as 2 parts of fuel, okay, as compared to 14.7 parts of air, so in which case the fuel is more? Of course, I am taking in actual fuel air ratio, I am taking fuel more as compared to stoichiometric fuel air ratio. Okay, so your relative fuel air ratio in this case will be how much? It will be 2. It will be 2, of course, isn't it? So if I take relative fuel air ratio 1.2, it means I am taking little bit more fuel as compared to my stoichiometric fuel air ratio. All of you are getting this, students? Yes, hope you are trying to understand this. See, this is a very basic part. Okay, very basic part and very important part. Okay, this is related to your basics of your IC engine. Okay, so that is why I am trying to make you explain very slowly. Okay, So hope you are getting this. Stoichiometric fuel air ratio is fuel is 1 part upon 14.7 parts of air. And actual fuel air ratio, if I take 2 part of fuel for 14.7 part of air, means 2 gram of fuel and 14.7 gram of air. Okay, that is 2 by 14.7. And 1 upon 14.7 is 1 gram of air, sorry, 1 gram of fuel and 14.7 grams of air. Okay, so the ratio, if we are dividing actual fuel air ratio divided by stoichiometric fuel air ratio, that I am getting as relative fuel air ratio. Okay, that only is shown here. If I take relative fuel air ratio as 1.2, it is what it is? It is actually fuel air ratio greater than stoichiometric fuel air ratio. Okay, so little bit more fuel I am taking. The percentage of fuel as compared to stoichiometric fuel air ratio, it is little bit more. Okay, again if I take 1.6, the percentage of fuel is little bit more as compared to stoichiometric fuel air ratio, but still the value of fuel is not more than air. Okay, it is in very rare cases that the value of fuel which we are taking inside the combustion chamber, it is more than air. See, you can see, all of you can see that the it requires 14 times the percentage of fuel. 14 times. If I take 1 gram of fuel to burn it, I require 14 times more air. Okay, to burn such small amount of fuel, so much amount of oxygen is required. Okay, so therefore this stoichiometric ratio is telling us just the exact ratio at which the enough amount of air is available to burn that much amount of fuel. Okay, getting all of you? Hope you all are getting, hope you all are able to hear me, students. Is there is no reply from your side? Shall I move ahead now, students? Hope you all have revised and come little bit. Yes, students. I have uploaded the last lecture on YouTube also. Am I able to reach you, students? Can anyone chat with me? Am I audible or I am just speaking?
Sir, yes, sir, you are.
Okay, so you are understanding, Asif Raza? Understanding now? Or I am just speaking? See, if you have any doubt, if you are not getting, please ping me. Okay? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay. Chalo, theek hai. So I hope you all have understood what is relative fuel air ratio. Okay. So now I will move ahead. Okay. See, a comparison of air standard and fuel air ratio, it is showing as the efficiency is increasing. Okay. For here, see, for maximum efficiency is at the point when the relative fuel air ratio is going towards minimum. Okay, 0.02 or 0.04 means fuel by air ratio is very less, means fuel is taken is very less. Okay, so therefore in an air standard efficiency, in if I talk about air standard efficiency, then efficiency will be more. Okay, if fuel is less. Okay, so in fuel air cycle, what is happening? If I consider fuel air cycle, the efficiency is decreasing. Efficiency is decreasing. Okay, decreasing as the number of, as the fuel is increasing. Okay, the relative fuel air ratio is increasing. I am getting less efficiency. Okay, the efficiency goes on decreasing. Okay, so we will see it how it happens. See, efficiency increases as relative fuel air ratio becomes leaner and leaner. Leaner means what? Leaner means it is a lean mixture. Okay, lean mixture means less fuel as compared to stoichiometric. Less fuel as compared to stoichiometric means 1 upon 14.7 if I take in stoichiometric fuel air ratio, then it will be 1 upon 15.7 parts of air. 1 part of fuel and 15.7 parts of air, or 1 upon 16 parts of air. Okay, so linear mixture. So maximum efficiency will be attained when fuel air ratio becomes towards zero. It is going towards zero, or graph tend towards air standard cycle. It is to be noted that this trend exists at all compression ratios. Okay, जो भी कंप्रेशन रेशियो ले अगर हम लोग 4 रखे, 6 रखे, 8 रखे, 10 रखे, तो भी हमें यही एफिशिएंसीज ऐसे ही ग्राफ मिलने वाले. ओके, so it does not depends on compression ratio, it is depending on the fuel air ratio. Okay, when cycle tends toward air standard cycle, the pressure and temperature rises and therefore their efficiency is increasing. See, this is just a fuel air cycle we are considering, our students. See, in actual cycle the whole scenario will be little bit different. We will study that. Okay, the fuel air cycle, there are some in fuel air cycle and an actual cycle which we are going to study, the actual cycle, there are some differences in that also. So there are three types, students. One is air standard cycle, second is fuel air cycle, third is actual cycle. Okay, so we are seeing the fuel air cycles now. Okay, so what is given, some of the chemical reactions involved tend to be more complete as the pressure increases. Okay, this consideration apply to constant volume as well as constant pressure cycles. Okay, for your diesel cycles also and for your petrol cycle also, these are the things which are happening. Okay, fuel air ratio deteriorates the thermal efficiency when it becomes enriched. Okay, so it is decreasing the thermal efficiency as the fuel air ratio is increasing, it is decreasing the thermal efficiency also. Okay, so when the fuel air ratio, when the mixture is becoming enriched means more amount of fuel. Okay, enriched ka matlab hota hai more amount of fuel. Okay, so when the fuel is becoming enriched, it is decreasing the thermal efficiency as in fuel air cycle. Okay, this is explained by the increasing losses due to variable specific heats. We have studied about variable specific heats in the last lecture, and dissociation also concept we have considered. Okay, so I hope you all have remembered it. Okay, dissociation, what is happening in dissociation at higher temperatures. Okay, when there is higher temperature, what is happening? Because of the variable specific heats and all, okay, the efficiency is decreasing. Okay, and dissociation as the maximum strength approaches chemically correct value. Also, this is because the gas temperature goes up after combustion as the mixture strength approaches chemically correct mixture. Okay, this also we have done. Okay, effect of compression ratio on thermal efficiency. See, all of you can see here, see in this diagram. Okay, here equivalence ratio versus this equivalence ratio versus the thermal efficiency. Okay, this is the stoichiometric fuel air ratio, that is 1.0. Okay, so if I take 1.2 means I am taking more amount of fuel as compared to stoichiometric fuel air ratio. So what is happening, if I take compression ratio 6, okay, compression ratio if I take it as 6, what is happening, as I am increasing the fuel, as I am going towards stoichiometric fuel air ratio, till here what is happening, the efficiency is decreasing. Okay, so but after stoichiometric it decreases at a faster rate. See, the slope is increased now, the slope has increased. Here the line was going little bit straight. Okay, it was little bit parallel to the x-axis, but as soon as it crosses the stoichiometric line, this vertical stoichiometric line, what is happening, the efficiency is decreasing at a faster rate. Yeah, means if you take more rich mixture, the efficiency will decrease. Okay, so this is according to your fuel air cycle. Okay, students, let us move ahead. Fuel air cycle efficiency increases with the compression ratio in the same manner as the air standard cycle efficiency. Okay, principally for the same reason, that is more scope of expansion work. See, one more thing, the more the compression ratio is there, okay, the more is the efficiency. You can see the compression ratio here is 7, compression ratio here is 6, here is 8. Okay, so as the compression ratio is increasing, these lines are showing the compression ratios. Okay, the efficiencies are different compression ratio. So as the compression ratio here you have increased, okay, for different engines, okay, your efficiency will be more as compared to the less compression ratio. Okay, this is compression ratio 6, this is compression ratio 14. So the efficiency of compression ratio 14 engine is more as compared to 6. Okay, students. So let us move ahead now. Maximum pressure and maximum temperature increases with compression ratio. Okay, since the temperature T2 and pressure P2 at the end of compression stroke are higher. Okay, so compression stroke, all this we have studied. If we compress it more, the pressure will be more, temperature T2 will be more, and again your pressure P3 and temperature T3, that is after combustion, will be more. Okay, again your maximum power which you are getting, maximum power, okay, maximum power which you are getting, if you consider the fuel air cycle, the maximum power, okay, you will get is not at stoichiometric ratio. Okay, maximum power is not at stoichiometric. See, this is the line of stoichiometric ratio, but we are going 10% richer, 10% rich as compared to stoichiometric. Okay, so when there is increase in fuel, okay, as in, so 10% means I've increased it by, let's say, 1.47. So my ratio is now richer. Okay, so the fuel air ratio is not 1 upon 14.7 now. Okay, what it will be? It will be, 1.1, let's say 1.1 part of fuel upon 14.7 part of air. So it can be increasing the mixture. It will make the mixture rich by 10%. Okay, I hope you are getting this. So 1.1 now upon 14.7 parts of air. So what is happening? See, actual variation is when you are making the mixture rich, you are increasing the efficiency, you are increasing the power also. The cycle power is also increasing till stoichiometric, but it is not maximum. If you make the mixture slightly more rich, 10% more rich, then you are getting the cycle power also more. Okay, but after that your power decreases. Though you are making the mixture rich, your power, cycle power decreases. Okay, this is your fuel air theory. In fuel air theory also, what is happening? Till stoichiometric, okay, it is increasing. Then after 10% also it is increasing, then it will start decrease. Okay, it will start decreasing. Okay, like this. So it is the percentage of stoichiometric ratio. Okay, percentage of stoichiometric ratio, fuel air ratio. I am taking fuel upon air. So effect of fuel air ratio on power we have seen here. Okay, see what is written. Following conclusions can be made. As the mixture becomes rich, okay, as the mixture becomes richer, after a certain point, both efficiency and power falls. Okay, both the efficiency and power falls. Which is that point? That is 110%. Okay, both the efficiency and the power is decreasing. This is because of higher specific heat and the chemical equilibrium losses which are taking place. Okay, there is insufficient air which will result in formation of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Okay, this will result in formation of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Okay, so there will be dissociation also. There will be, if I take more rich mixture, what will happen? There will be not enough amount of air for complete combustion. Hope you are getting this. Stoichiometric means there is exact amount of air available for complete combustion of the available fuel. But if I take a rich mixture, if I take more amount of fuel, what will happen? There will be less amount of air available. So it will result in formation of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Okay, it will result in formation of carbon monoxide and hydrogen, and therefore your power is decreasing. So hope you are understanding this, students. So if I can take the concept of fuel and air, if I take the concept of dissociation, my power will decrease. Okay, as stoichiometric ratio, maximum power and efficiency is not attained. At stoichiometric ratio, we are not getting maximum power. We are getting maximum power at little bit 10% richer mixture. Okay, to attain maximum power and efficiency, mixture should be slightly rich. Next, effect of fuel air ratio on maximum temperature. Yes, maximum temperature in the cycle is attained at which point? At the point T3, when after compression, when the fuel ignites, the pressure increases and the temperature increases at the point 3. Okay, at the point 3. So all of you know where is the point 3 in the PV cycle. See, this is our PV cycle. All of you know this. Okay, so when in the PV diagram, Okay, if I take this as 1 point, okay, this is my second point, okay, and this is my third point, when there is maximum pressure and maximum temperature. Okay, so maximum temperature and pressure will be at this point 3. Okay, hope you are remember this, all of you. Pressure versus volume diagram. So what is happening here, students? The maximum temperature, okay, is attained at not at 100% stoichiometric ratio, means 1 upon 14.7. No, it is also maximum temperature is also reached at slightly more rich mixture. Okay, little bit more here. Okay, in all compression ratio, whether the compression ratio is 10 or whether it is 8, okay, whether it is 4, okay, if I take slightly rich mixture, then only I will get maximum temperature of the cycle. Okay, why it is like that? See, we will see now it. Okay, so what is happening here? See, at a given compression ratio, the temperature after combustion reaches a maximum when the mixture is slightly rich, that is around 6%. Okay, that is around 6%. Okay, when the mixture is slightly rich, that is around 6% rich as compared to stoichiometric, what I will get? The maximum temperature. Okay, so at chemically correct ratio, there is still some oxygen present at the point 3 in PV diagram. If I take chemically correct ratio, means stoichiometric, means at this point, okay, here, at this point, this is my chemically correct mixture. When I talk about chemically correct ratio, means the stoichiometric ratio. Okay, so when I take at chemically correct ratio, there is still some oxygen present at the point 3. Okay, at the maximum pressure point, at the maximum temperature point, there is still some oxygen present. Okay, at the point 3 in the PV diagram. Because of rich mixture, what is happening? There are chances of further combustion, hence the temperature increases there. However, at richer mixture, अगर उससे भी आगे अगर हम लोग गए, ओके, यहाँ पर हमें टेम्परेचर सबसे ज्यादा मिल रहा है. ओके, see here, students, we are getting maximum temperature at 6% rich mixture. Okay, here the value is 106. Okay, I am just increasing the fuel little bit. Okay, so I am getting maximum temperature here. Okay, but after that, the what is happening? Temperature is decreasing. Though I am increasing, making the mixture more richer, I am increasing the percentage of fuel, then also my temperature will decrease, though the compression ratio is more or less. Okay, for any compression ratio, my temperature will decrease. Okay, so I have to keep for my, if I want maximum temperature, I have to keep it around 106. So why it is like that? Because of rich mixture, there are chances of further combustion. Okay, see here, because of rich mixture, there are chances of further compression, hence the temperature increase up to 106% there. However, more richer mixture, okay, what is happening? Increased formation of carbon monoxide. This is what dissociation. Okay, because of the effect of dissociation. What happens in dissociation? We have studied the formation of carbon monoxide is there. Okay, and therefore the temperature is decreasing. Okay, it is absorbing some amount of heat. Okay, that dissociation process is absorbing some heat, therefore the temperature drops. Okay, hence temperature drops if richer mixture more than 106% is sent to the engine. Hope you are getting this, students. Okay, also for larger compression ratio, chances of getting higher temperatures in actual cycles are more. Okay, effect of fuel air ratio on maximum pressure. See again, maximum pressure and maximum temperature both are same, varying same in the same way. Okay, as the mixture becomes slightly richer, here it is 120%. Okay, for 120% there will be maximum pressure. Okay, for any compression ratio, whether it is a compression ratio of 10 years, see what will happen as the mixture is of 60%. Okay, 60% rich. Okay, then the pressure will be less, but as it is moving here, as it goes to proper stoichiometric ratio, the pressure has increased. Okay, but still if I make the mixtures more rich up to 120%, again the pressure has increased, but after that it starts decreasing. Okay, so no doubt if the compression ratio is more, I will get pressure P3, okay, also more. The maximum pressure of the cycle after combustion, that will be more. But if I have to increase in a single cycle, if I have to increase in a single cycle, okay, of compression ratio, then what will happen? It will be more at 120% only. Okay, the pressure will be more at 120%. So let us study now this. See, the pressure of a gas. Why this is happening? The pressure of a gas in a given space depends on upon its temperature and number of molecules also. Okay, so how much number of molecules are there, that the pressure is depending on the number of molecules also. So if there are more number of molecules present in the combustion chamber, the more will be the pressure. So therefore the curve of P3 therefore follows T3, but because of the number of increasing molecules, okay, as the combustion is taking place, P3 does not start to decrease, okay, until the mixture is somewhat richer than that for mixture maximum T3. Okay, so as compared to your T3 chart, okay, what is happening in pressure chart? Okay, though you are increasing, making the mixture more rich, you are going up to 120%, then also you are getting maximum pressure. Okay, see, if you compare this graph, okay, of pressure versus fuel air ratio graph with your temperature one, okay, this is your temperature one. Okay, so your temperature was maximum at 106%. Okay, your temperature was maximum at 106%, but your pressure is maximum at 120%. Okay, your pressure is maximum at 120%. Okay, so why it is like that? Because of the number of molecules which are more at slightly richer mixture, okay, at 120%. Okay, so because the number of molecules is maximum at 120%, we are getting maximum pressure at 120%. Okay, next, effect of fuel air ratio on exhaust temperature. Again, exhaust temperature, you see, exhaust temperature, what is happening? The exhaust gases which are going, okay, the temperature at T4, temperature at T4. Okay, so exhaust temperature which is there, which is after the exhaust gases are going out of the combustion chamber, it is more, it is maximum at stoichiometric only. Okay, why it is like that? Because the exhaust temperature T4 is maximum at stoichiometric ratio. At this time, at this point, the fuel and oxygen are completely used up. Okay, they are completely used up. Okay, so what is happening? The effect of chemical reaction is not significant. Okay, the effect of chemical reaction is not that significant for exhaust. At lean mixture, since T3 is minimum, hence T4 is also minimum. At lean mixture, what is happening? Since the maximum temperature of the gases is minimum, hence the what will happen? T4 will also be little bit less. The behavior of T4 with compression ratio is different from that of T3. Okay, unlike T3, exhaust gas temperature T4 is lower at higher compression ratios. Okay, so when the compression ratio is higher, what is happening? Okay, when the compression ratio is higher, what is happening? We are getting lower exhaust gas temperature. This is little bit inverse. Okay, exhaust gas temperature T4 is lower at higher compression ratios. Okay, see how it is happening. This is little bit different. Okay, here as the compression ratio, okay, as the compression ratio is more, here see the compression ratio is 10. What is happening? The temperature T4 here is less, but as the compression ratio was 4, okay, the exhaust gas temperature was 2000. When the compression ratio was 6, the exhaust gas temperature was around 1800 Kelvin. Okay, so what is happening? As the compression ratio is increasing here, what is happening? The exhaust gas temperature at the point T4, okay, that is decreasing. Okay, as the compression ratio is increasing, the exhaust gas temperature is decreasing. So that is, here it is inversely proportional. Okay, see here, what is the reason behind it? This is because the increased expansion causes the gas to do more work on the piston. Okay, what is happening? Increase expansion. As you have increased the expansion, as you have made the compression ratio more, what will happen? The piston will travel more. There will be more expansion allowed. Okay, so because of that, the gas has to do more work on the piston. It is allowed to expand more. The piston travel has increased because of the increased compression ratio. So the gas is allowed to expand more. So what is happening? Because the gas is allowing more, the heat it is giving to the piston. Okay, it is giving heat to the piston. So the temperature at which the exhaust gases leaves the combustion chamber, it is now less if we increase the compression ratio. Hope you are understanding this, students. Okay, it leaves less heat to be rejected at the end of the stroke. The same effect is present in the case of air cycle analysis also. Okay, see, there is only 1.5 minutes remaining for the meeting, so I will make you rejoin also. Okay, after, if the time is there. Okay, I think there is 10 minutes remaining for the lecture now, so I will make you rejoin. Okay, let us move ahead. See, comparison of air standard and actual cycle. Okay, now we are comparing air standard cycle and actual cycle. Now I am going for actual cycle. Now I am considering more losses. Okay, till now we were doing fuel air cycle. Keep it in mind. If I consider only fuel air cycle, okay, I was considering some points, okay, like dissociation, exhaust gas value, okay, specific heat value. But now if I consider actual cycle, I am considering more losses. Okay, we have studied about valve timing diagram. Okay, valve timing diagram we have studied. So that valve timing diagram, hope you all remember that. Okay, when we take in the air fuel mixture inside, we open the valve little bit earlier. Okay, we for expelling the exhaust gases outside, we keep the exhaust valve open for more time. Okay, so there is a valve overlap also. So that all the things we will consider in our actual cycle now. Okay, and now we will see how the efficiency again decreases more as compared to air standard cycle, as compared to fuel air cycle. In the actual cycle, again the fuel efficiency, again the cycle efficiency